Good morning everybody, how are you all today? Oh, I've just realised the window's still open, I better close that. That's better. So how are we all today? Welcome back to Lily Lulu. My name's Karen. If you haven't been here before, welcome, and a very warm welcome back to all my returning visitors. Now I've come back today to do some more work on the Flippy Flappy journal that we've made from junk mail envelopes. Now I know I'm not going to have long this morning, and I'm trying to squeeze this in, but I haven't really had time to sort of get myself in the zone, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. Obviously if it all goes horribly wrong, this video won't go up and you'll never know. So yes, we need to carry on with covering all these bits and pieces. This is where we got up to last time. So that was my back, but I think that might now be my front. I'm umming and ahhing. So let's do it as we did have it. So that was my front. Opens that way. It's going to be a signature here. This flips out. This flips out. That's the back with a flip and a flap there. Then we carry on flipping over, and we've got a big pocket here. Now I know that there are going to be more signatures in other places. I'm just not sure where, and I know I need to put in some more pockets and things. I just don't know where. I haven't decided whether these are going to stay as pockets or whether I'm going to cover them. But apart from that, I know exactly what I'm doing. So last time we covered these bits, didn't we? I did leave it all to dry before I folded it. I'm not entirely happy with how it's looking so far. I love the papers, just not entirely happy with my work. But I'm sure once, you know, the signatures are in and pockets are in and things, it will look fine. So really we need to carry on here now and sort of work our way. I need to do something on the front cover, these envelopes, the other side of this flippy flappy bit that folds in. That's probably the next bit to do. Then we'll be back onto the other cover and back here. So let's have a look at what we are going to do here. So I hope everybody is well and happy. Now I could start using some of these pieces now round this way, because I've gone over the edges. These will be wide enough to meet these bits. So does that fit that envelope? I'm just seeing if that would go there. And it might just be wide enough to do this envelope. So let's just get some ink on that envelope around the edge there, in case we have some of it peeking out. Oops. When I started making this, it was inspired by Carol Laws, which I have mentioned in the previous few videos, and she had mentioned that that she had been inspired by 507 Willow House Journals, whose name completely escaped me in the last video. So I went back and watched Leslie's videos. Well, I haven't watched them all. She's got quite a long series where she's making, she called it a flip-flop journal, which I quite like. So I've been watching some of her videos, which are lovely. So if you haven't watched her before, I had seen her videos before, but I hadn't seen this particular series. I follow so many people, it's hard to keep up with what everybody's doing. I've got my coffee here. I need to keep having a slurp. I've just got back from walking the dog and I've run up quickly. My mum's coming shortly, and I really wanted to get some more of this done, so I've run up here quickly to try and get this video done before my mum arrives. So yeah, so I started watching Leslie's videos and she's really fun to watch. So I'd really recommend heading on over and taking a look at what she's done. So I haven't watched the whole series yet. I hope this isn't too loud, this tearing. But yeah, she's a joy to watch. I love watching Carol as well because she has such a lovely, calming voice. I love watching all the YouTubers, all the junk journal makers on YouTube. You're all fabulous. I wish I had more hours in the day so that I could watch more videos and still work on my own creations and still do everything else that I obviously need to do every day. You know, boring stuff like feeding the family, doing the washing and ironing, hoovering, walking the dog. Oh, to just craft all day. Wouldn't that be lovely? Especially with a view of the sea. That would be my idea of heaven. A lovely craft room or something similar. My own space with a view of the sea, where I could sit and craft happily all day long. Right, now that's not working quite as I had hoped. So, because we have a gap, can you see? Let's make sure I'm on screen. I've got a gap here and here showing, and then messy bits here and here. So we're going to have a bit of collage action, I think. Where should we go with that? That will be okay. Should I go right up to the edge? No. Oh, I don't know if you can hear the radio in the background. They're playing a bit of Police. Obviously the radio's on downstairs to keep Max quiet. And I may have mentioned before, a bit of a Police fan. So I want to get up now and dance around and sing along. And there he goes. Obviously somebody's outside. That's probably the postman. Sorry if you can hear that. Right, I need some other bits and pieces to cover up all these messy parts, I think. Or I could cover them up afterwards, couldn't I, with these, I've got these little tickety things. I could stick them on here and there, couldn't I? So, right, shall I? These very silly boy, Max. I wonder if I've got any somebody at the door, excuse me. I'm back again. Sorry about that. I had a parcel arriving. But while I was downstairs, I grabbed my box of washi tapes, and I've got these blues in here which go, and I think I'm just going to put something here. Oops, my glue's spilling over there. I'm just working out where would be, but I'm not happy with the way this looks at the moment, so I might just put some strips of washi over here. As that glue's spilt, I can put some on my washi. So I could have, it's because that the change in size there, and I tried to make a neat job of it, but I'm not happy with how it turned out. But I'm sure that this will all be covered eventually. I'm sure I'll add some lace or something here and cover this up, but it's annoying me in the meantime, so right, where was this going to go? If I pop that on the edge of that envelope, I'm still going to see that there. But if I go higher, I'm going to have that same issue again. Oh, I know what I can do. I'll cover this side up. Yeah, I'll go beyond the envelope on this side when I cover this. So that means that this one is not going to be a pocket. It's just going to be a flap. Right, yes, we'll do that. So let's stick this down. I'm using my Collall today because, as I was saying, I'm not keen on the way the papers look, and I think it was the glue. So I'm going to try using my Collall and see if I get a better result. So I'm going to pop that up there. Try and make sure I get it straight. I'm just gently making sure I go into the fold so that there's room for it to fold properly. Then we can pop some strips here and there to cover these other pieces. So have I gone off camera again? Still not used to this setup. Now, what was I just looking for? Don't want to stick that down. Oh, for a second there, my eyes just went funny looking at this honeycomb, and I thought I'd stuck the whole piece of paper on upside down. Right, where's my... a little bit of just grabbing my Cosmic Shimmer because it's got a nice narrow tip, and I still haven't replaced my art glitter glue. So that's that part done, and then we want a little strip of something down here. And this looked like it might fit the bill. What else have we got? got this one, that's not as long, so we'll save that for something else. I'll pop that there, let's just edge that a little bit. I can't get my chair, well I can get my chair under the table, but I keep knocking the table when I pull my chair in, and because my chair's a little bit out, I'm bringing my work closer to me and I'm going off screen, so I apologise. So I haven't really got any, well we'd have had a bit of a busy time over the last couple of days with family stuff. My nephew was in hospital, he had an accident but he's home now. My daughter was home for a day from my middle daughter who works away. Sorry if I've jogged the table, I'm just moving my chair. She happened to be home for a few hours the same day. She had a day off, and if you haven't been here before, my middle daughter is a performer in a hotel, and this hotel it's in its soft launch phase, let's say. It officially opens on the 2nd of September, which is also my birthday, and the hotel has just been built and parts of it refurbished. So they have, at the moment, they have invited guests there rather than, you know, the public, to put the hotel through its paces, you know, make sure everything's working as it should, and giving the performers a chance to perform to an audience, etc. And they're having a lot of problems. They've got leaks and all sorts of stuff. The fire alarm keeps going off and all sorts of exciting, fun stuff happening. So because they are sort of behind on their schedule, she is not getting a lot of time off at the moment. And yeah, so it was nice to see her very briefly, but I haven't really got any news other than that. So my mum's popping round shortly, then I've got shopping arriving later. My food shop is coming later, and by the time that comes, it will be time for me to start doing dinner prep for when everyone starts arriving home from work. So this is my only chance today to get a bit of crafting done. So although I knew it was going to be a bit tight, I thought I'd grab the opportunity. So I think that looks okay. So that's going to flap there. So we want to cover this envelope now. So if I do something, I'm just thinking of how far down to come. So if I come to the bottom of this envelope and the top of that piece of paper there, I keep grabbing this to use somewhere. I keep picking it up and thinking, no, it's sideways. It's really got to go that way. I don't know where it's going to go that way, but so let's find a piece for here. I want to only use half that writing. So will that work? That should work. I'll come to there. Oh, I'll be able to wrap it round as well, won't I? So if that went up to there, or do we want this to come over here because it will then give some extra strength on that fold? Or is that going to be, let's have a look. If we have that coming up to there, it will go over that fold and it would go over here. that might be quite nice. But here we would have the two B's next to each other, and that B is right in the fold. I don't know if I like that. What other papers have we got here? Let's have a look at this one. So if that went there, well, let's do it from this side. That would go there, so that will go. Does that go with that? I'm not sure. Got a nice envelope there that we can pop somewhere. Sorry, I'm just rummaging for something. I suppose, oh, that's quite nice. And then that other kit, the pages are printed smaller, so they definitely won't work here. So, I wonder if I'm going to end up having to print more. If we had that there. The thing that's bothering me is the colours, because this is the other kit, and this sort of vintagey brown paper colour is not the same as the browns in this kit, obviously, but it's sort of too close. It's obvious that it's wrong because it's too close, if you see what I mean. Although that one is a bit better. Whereas if I have something really blue, it's a good contrast, so it doesn't matter. So I reckon I'm going to have to end up printing out some more papers. So do I go with this one? Or do I print some more? Let's try and tear the edges off. I was doing this at this end before, wasn't I? Because it's a bit of a flatter surface. Yeah, so Leslie from 507 Willow House Journals has a hashtag that she was using for everyone making the flip-flop journal, and it was, I believe, let me see if I can remember this right, I think it was 507 Willow House Girlfriends flip-flop journal, something like that. And I thought, should I be using that? Because I didn't get the idea from Leslie, I got it from Carol, but Carol got the idea from Leslie. So now I don't know if it's the right thing to do or not to include that hashtag. Not sure about the etiquette there. So let's have another look at this and see what we think. Sometimes I wish I was live so that I could get your feedback for these things as I'm doing them. Right, that's got to go up there because that's where that paper comes to, and it's got to go up to there to cover, unless no, that B is still going to be on the bend unless I put that there. If I put that there, it means I need to put something else there first to strengthen this fold. And what would it look like the other side? That's going to be in that fold, and I don't know what's going to be there, so isn't it? So either way, that's going to be going around there. We're up, right, I'm going to have to fold this because I need to see where I am. So this went this way. This way and this way. This should be dry now. So that will open like that. That will go like that. That's going to be like that. So if I had that there, if I had that there, that will go like that. And that will go like that. So there's definitely not going to be a signature on that fold, but you've got half and half. Does that matter? I'm not sure, really not sure. I don't think I like this. This is the problem. So then if we did what we said originally, if that went there, where's my height? There. Then that little B is going to be folded in half. That's going to be there. That's going to be there. So that looks okay. We'll have a little strip there, which is okay. That's not so bad as having the hive, the word hive on its own. We've got hive syrup there. We'll have that there. And the bee's only, when he's flapped, he's folded, but then when it's open, he'll be okay, won't he? So maybe I will do that. So that has got to go up there and up there. So oh, that's probably gone a bit high. I think I'll do this section at a time to try and make sure my glue's oozing. Try and make sure I get everything in the right place. So it's got to go to that edge, but up there. Like that. Glue strings and all sorts hanging from me. Making a lot of mess with this glue today. My coffee's going cold. And I didn't ink this. Oh, let's try try and get a little bit of ink on the rest of it before I stick it down. Just because this is quite likely not to be covered up. So I mentioned I wanted to go and see Fisherman's Friends 2 film that's just come out, and I was intending to take my mum, but she actually went to see it yesterday with her friends. She highly recommended it, so I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Don't know when I'm going to be able to fit it in, but got quite a busy couple of weeks coming up. It's bank holiday weekend when I'm filming this. And this probably will go out probably on bank holiday Monday actually. Trying to remember where I am. Yeah, so we've got bank holiday Monday. What's happening bank holiday Monday? Oh yes, I knew there was something happening. Have the annual vet checkup for Max for his jabs and you know, just a general check, health check. And Max is 2, so he's been to the vet. Well, the last time he went to the vets was for his last checkup last year, but obviously when he was a puppy he went a few more times and he was fine. But as the effects of lockdown have made themselves more apparent with Max, it's become more of a problem. And when I took him for his checkup last year, I did say to them, you know, he's very anxious, and it was still at the stage where you couldn't go in with your pets. You know, they came and got him and took him off to have all his jabs and what have you. And, oh, I don't want glue down there because it's not going to come that low. Yeah, and as I say, I had warned them what he was like. And when they brought him back out, they said, oh my God, he's scared of absolutely everything. And I was like, I did tell you. So when I phoned to book his appointment for Monday, she said, oh, we can do Monday. And I said, are you sure? That's bank holiday. Are you open? She said, oh yeah, that's fine. We can do that. So I said, oh, I just want to remind you, Max has, you know, quite bad anxiety. I never know how he's going to react. Do you want me to bring him in a muzzle? Even though he's never actually bitten anybody and he's never worn a muzzle either. Because I try not to do anything that's going to stress him out any more than he is already stressed. He's constantly stressed. He's, you know, he never just lays and relaxes. He's always, there's shadows to worry about and noises, and, you know, he's constantly on the go. So yeah, he's never worn a muzzle. And although I am getting to the stage now where I think I'm going to start working with him to wear a muzzle, because he is quite unpredictable. But anyhow, she said, no, that's fine. When you bring him in, we can muzzle him if need be once he's here. And she said, oh, the time he's coming in, there's nobody else booked in, so there shouldn't be any other dogs in the waiting room, which is lovely. So I just hope she has made a note on the system, because obviously this was the receptionist, to remind the vet that Max is anxious. And we'll need a bit of TLC, a bit of patience. I'm sure they're used to it. You know, you always think you're the only person in this situation. But I went to a workshop a couple of months ago on anxiety in dogs, you know, to learn a bit more about how to help him. how to handle things. Although we have been working with the trainer as well, but she was running this seminar, so I booked a place and went along, which was quite interesting. And she runs these seminars regularly and they're all absolutely packed, so you think, well, I'm clearly not the only one that's coping with a dog like this, but it does feel like it sometimes. And he's lovely, but you think, why couldn't I have a normal one? Because he is very hard work. Right, so now all I need to do now is decide what I'm going to do with this bit, because obviously when that goes round there, what was I just looking at? I was just looking at something I thought might be a problem. What was it? What was it? And that goes there. I think that'll, yeah, I don't know what I was looking at there. I was worrying about something. There's nothing there to worry about. Doing a max. Although I am going to cover this lovely big bumblebee, but I'm sure I'm going to end up printing some more of these papers, so it's not a problem, is it? Keep saying, oh, I'm going to use up all my papers, I'm not printing anything else, but it's just they're too nice. Right, so I hope these videos have not been too boring, just watching me stick background papers down. I do always say this, but especially when I was new, I still like watching people just do this. It's relaxing, if nothing else, and it's nice to see how people, you know, the thought process, and I just enjoy it, so I hope other people do too. But I am aware that it could be a little bit boring just watching me tear up bits of paper and stick them down, so if you do think that, I am sorry. It's got to be done. Right, ooh, you've got a bit of an icky bit there. I want to leave that to dry. I wonder how long we've been going. I had to stop, didn't I? So I don't know now how long my video's going to be, but I might leave it there because that's a good place to stop, so that I can leave this to dry before I carry on with anything else, and I'll decide if I need to print more papers out. They are lovely, aren't they? I love the colours of these papers. This is right up my street. This blue is absolutely gorgeous. So I am enjoying working with these papers. I think they're very pretty. So, and the background ones are not, I mean, I love this. This one's probably my favourite background one. And I like these ones. But I like these ones better. I like these busier ones better. So, right, I'm going to leave that there to let this little bit dry, and I will be back again hopefully in a couple of days, and maybe we'll get to something more exciting next time. Who knows? I don't know yet. I feel like I should leave this as a pocket because I haven't left that one as a pocket, so we're going to have to do a bit of fiddly work here like we did here. And then obviously we've got to finish the actual covers and decide what to do with these, and then we'll start thinking about sticking pockets on and sewing signatures in and all that fun stuff. So thank you for joining me today. Hope you found that interesting, inspiring, or just relaxing. Maybe I've helped you fall asleep. But thank you for joining me. I do appreciate your company, and as I say, I'll be back again with you all soon. In the meantime, take care, stay safe, and happy crafting. Bye bye.